Hello there, welcome to JonnyBuildz. I'm your host, Johnny, and here we are. Oh, I think my microphone might be clipping a little bit. Hey, Mech Ops Studios, how you doing? Good to see you. I don't think I've seen you in one of my streams before, but thanks for joining in. If you can't tell, I'm a little bit congested still. I was not really sick, but allergies was kind of taking over my life over the weekend while I was doing some other things. Quite on the mend and almost all done with it, but still got a little bit, so I'll be drinking a good bit while I'm streaming tonight. Oh, okay, you changed your channel name. Okay, now I know who you are. Hi, Boot Knife, good to see you. Well, okay, so we'll go with Mech Ops Studios. So you're changing it all, and you're re-identifying yourself, and that's awesome. So good to see you. Thanks for tuning in. As you can see, got some neat stuff here from the weekend before we get started on the Yellow Lion tonight. And potentially something else, depending on how long everything takes. We have this from Mars, water from Mars. Now, this is actually Mars, PA, which is where we had the event this past weekend. But it is technically water from Mars, even though it is Mars, PA. So, it was actually kind of like a sparkling water. I wasn't expecting that. I thought it was just going to be like just a can of water, just because it was like going to be cool, like, hey, space age, blah blah blah. But it was actually sparkling water. Wasn't too bad. Kind of liked it. So water from Mars. And then this, and as people come in, I'll show this some more, or I'll show it again as people. Here, I'm going to lower my volume there a little bit. Make sure my input isn't clipping or anything. I won this at the event. So this is a Lego set, obviously. This is the space person. But you can see it's signed by two people. The first person is Jim Green, who was one of the NASA scientists that was there at the event, giving a talk about some of the spacey type things, the more technical aspect of stuff. And then this is signed by the first and only Korean female astronaut, Soyeon Yi, she dated it 6/7/2025, and so both of them signed this. So this is pretty cool. I'm never going to open this. It just turned out really neat that I got this. So yeah, won that set and thought it was pretty cool. So, but what we're doing tonight. Whoops, I want to move that over a little bit because that was in the way of the camera. What we're doing tonight is the Yellow Lion. Yeah, no way. In fact, I have, where is it? Last year at Brick Erie, I won this. I can't remember the guy's name, but the guy that created this set, this Batman, the Batman movie set, I won this signed. Which is really cool. So I have two things signed now. This obviously isn't by the creator of this set, but still really cool to have things like that done. So yeah, this one I'm keeping a hold of as well. So hi Paisley, my cat's peeking in. So anyway, we are going to start with the Yellow Lion. Hold on, I gotta get him up here. There we go. All right, so we got the Yellow Lion instructions up, and I got to get them up on my end. There we go. And I got to get my timer up. Always a little bit going on. So 3, 2, 1. We're going to continue the time from last week. And we're going to start with all the pieces here out and have to build that way because I don't know. I kind of like to do that. It seems to be my thing. Makes it a little bit more challenging, a little bit more fun. I am missing a couple pieces because I have not had time to find them all. Oh, you can see the blue lion is over here waiting for his buddy to be built. So the mini X-wing, yeah, that one, yeah, in the piranha plant, yeah, it's kind of a cool little thing. So there we go. So this is actually steps 1 through 3, and like I said, because I'm missing a couple pieces and I want this to be a complete set, they're in the bin that I got this from somewhere. I just haven't had time to explore. So there will be some substitute pieces that I'm using in order to make this so that I know which ones I need to, find the actual ones for. before I say, hey, this is ready to go to somebody. So yeah, the mini X-Wing is, I think that's a microfighter. No, it's not a microfighter, but I'm trying to remember where it's from. It's from one of the set. I have a whole bunch of sets back behind me that were the first microfighters that they came out with before they started doing microfighters with, like, the characters sitting in them. Yeah, it was a poly bag. Where are those pieces? See, told you I made it more of a challenge for myself. So, thanks everyone for tuning in, by the way. What did you have for, the question I always ask, what did you have for dinner? I had this awesome braised pork, braised shredded pork and veggies mixture, along with, what was it? Cheesy potatoes, Gouda cheesy potatoes. That was delicious, so. And my cat is behind me sniffing my butt. I'm sure you all wanted to know that. I'm sure you wanted to all know. One of the things that I like so much about this set is that all the lions, even though they're all the same, so to speak, I mean, it's just they're lions, they are unique in their design and look and everything. So it's kind of fun putting them together because they are slightly different. This is one of those pieces. It's not. I had to replace one of these green ones because I haven't found them all, and that's okay. So, and I think one of the pink pieces isn't quite the same shade of pink. Yeah, this one I think is the wrong shade. But again, that's okay. I will find those pieces eventually. Very basic. Hey, you know what? Sometimes basic is the best. Basic is delicious. I like basic. So again, this and its counterpart will be the thing that locks in whenever the head of the lion rotates so that it become a foot. And I have that off somehow. I don't understand how. I know I put this on in the right spot. Pretty sure I did, because there's 3 holes. Oh, nope, I made 4 holes. How did that happen? Somehow. Oh, I overcorrected because it goes, you don't see it on this side, so I overcorrected and put 1 extra. That was silly. Silly indeed. Nothing wrong with basic. Nothing wrong with basic. There we go. On an exosuit for bed. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I saw the one that you did and it looked pretty cool. There we go. That looks better. All right. That was a little confusing. Okay. Yeah, the exosuit looked pretty, the one that you did looked pretty cool. Reminded me a little bit of like Fallout. The power, I guess they call power suits in Fallout. Yeah, that's what they're called, right? Something like that. Power armor, yeah. Well, it's, yeah, same idea though. Okay. So put that aside for a moment. And let's build our little mini thing that goes in between. How was your weekend? My weekend was a lot of fun, I'll let you know. We had a little bit of a mishap at the beginning of the event where they neglected to tell us. Well, they did tell us, let's put it this way. They told us that we needed to bring our own tables and chairs. Not a problem. Had no problem with that. What they didn't tell us was we needed to bring our own tent. Which for the size we were going to use, we definitely did not have that. And you know, so, disaster, you know, that kind of thing. However, they were very, very gracious and able to accommodate us by giving us the tent they were going to use for the, all right, got that on there. Now we got to do this other side. The tent they were going to use for, like, the registration and stuff like that, which they actually didn't need as much space as they were going to use, or as they were going to take up. So it worked out good, because then we had more space and we were able to spread out a bit more, and it worked out perfectly. It was a perfect amount of space. Even though it rained a lot on Friday, we were still good where we were at. So sleeping in is a great reason to have a good weekend. Definitely. All right, let's do the opposite side. Again, the colors are fun. Yeah, sleeping in is nice to be able to do whenever you're able to do it. I was not able to do that most of the weekend because, yeah, these two pink pieces are wrong, and that's okay. But I need to know that, so putting those on there like that. Because there are other pink pieces that are used later, so. But yeah, I was, because of my congestion and everything, I was not able to sleep in, which really was no fun. I was able to sleep some of it I was sleeping sitting up, just the only way, because all the drainage from the congestion, you know, goes into your lungs, and then it's like, eh. So, didn't want to do that a lot, so I slept sitting up a bit for some of it. And, but I mean, like, all in all, I mean, it, you know, took care of it. I knew what was causing the issue, so, you know, just dealt with it, and, yeah. Alright, here we go. Now, we're going to join the pieces together and keep them from moving. Oh, nice. That's so you're still in school right now? How is that? That's kind of interesting. I didn't think anyone was left in school. I mean, like, my wife's school, I thought was going the longest, and they definitely were in the area. But you're going even longer. That's interesting. Why are you guys? I guess it depends on where you're located. You might have had, like, some bad winter stuff that. Oh, you guys would have gotten hammered with snow then. That's why. So you had a lot of days off, like snow days. Gotcha. All right, that makes sense. Now I know someone from New Hampshire. That's awesome. All right, what am I looking for here? Oh, this one. Okay. I know what this is. This is the other clip, and it is a black clip. Okay. Hey, Dusty, how you doing tonight? Good to see you. I had a shredded pork and mixed veggie medley type thing, along with these cheese. What was it? Gouda cheese potatoes. They were really, really, really good. So. That's what I had. How's your night going, Mr. Dusty? We're working on the yellow lion. It's kind of funny, too, because he is not actually yellow. Like, what you see on the screen is the yellow that they use. It's kind of like a slight orangish yellow. which makes it also kind of interesting and unique. I like it. I always thought that was a good choice to use for this line. Whereas the blue for the blue line is kind of like the standard blue. It wasn't all that fancy. It's just what was made. We cheat by getting factor delivered to us, and they just prepare whatever it is, and we eat it. So we just microwave it and eat it. So sorting. You know what? I'm not a huge fan of sorting. I know it's necessary, but I also don't avoid it. I just need to do more of it. So that will be coming. I'll probably do sorting streams at some point going forward in the near future. But in the next few weeks, I'm actually going to be streaming from Florida. So I will be just doing regular streams there and nothing exciting or unusual. So yeah, microwave meals, but they're very tasty. Like Factor does a good job of making them interesting. So, all right. Let's move some of these pieces this way. And this piece, I had to get this out of one of my bins. This piece actually was missing from this set, and most of this was together. So like I had to take it apart in order to rebuild it. But good thing that I did that, because this piece was missing, and it's like, this is kind of important for the whole thing to work as far as Voltron goes. So, and I want it to be complete anyway. So, yeah. So there's a couple things that I've found as I've done that in this that I'm like, oh, those are missing. I'll need to find those in order to say that it's complete. So, oh, nice. See, you can't call the one in Florida Disneyland, because that is incorrect. That is Disney World. I know, because people will get mad. People have gotten mad at me for calling it the wrong thing before. So remember, that is Disney World, not Disneyland. Disneyland's in California. Might be on fire right now, but right now it is in California. Let's see, where is that piece? There it is. Yeah, I was at Disney the one in Florida. I was at Disney a couple years ago. We got to go to the Star Wars land and everything. And a friend of ours that we've known since she was, probably in like 2nd or 3rd grade, was actually at the time was one of the people that dresses up as a character at Disney and runs around and does the stuff. She's done Belle in the past from Beauty and the Beast, but she also did Rey from Star Wars. And the day we went to the Star Wars land, she was Rey, so our timing worked out for everything. So we got to run around a little bit when she first came out and see her and talk with her a little bit and kind of interact with her. It was a lot of fun to be able to get to go to the Falcon first thing in the morning and get pictures in front of the Falcon. It was really cool. But now she and her husband are back up here. So no more Star Wars tours, I guess. No, she didn't. No, she did not break character at all. She was very professional, and they are absolutely because while we were waiting for I was texting, messaging with her, while she was getting her, herself ready. Her handler was with her the whole time, and so she let us know where she was coming out from, and so we waited for her at that spot, and then she came out and was talking with us, and took us down to the Falcon, and she was, everything we talked about was very much like General being cordial and stuff, but she definitely had the accent that Ray does, and she kept in character and kept things like very basic. So it wasn't like specifically Star Wars, but it wasn't like, oh, how was your trip in from where whatever it was. So like she did a fantastic job of just staying in character, and again, that's what they're trained and paid to do. So I had asked her about that the one time. I said, if someone asks you like something that's like out of the norm for your character, what do you do? And it's basically they have to act like I'm not sure what you're talking about or whatever. Like they can't specifically, they just have to, act like confused or whatever. So no, she did a fantastic job. She was very, very good. So I got some pictures of that. Oh, and I tried, I guess I configured something incorrectly. I tried to stream, I dual streamed to this, and I streamed to Rumble, but also I just tried to stream to Instagram, and I failed miserably. I think something was misconfigured on my end. It looks like it's ready to go, but it did not. So I'll have to play around with that for next time. So, but yeah. All right. Go down here. So I'll show you when I finish with this guy, like the differences between this lion and the other one. Oh, this is also another piece that I'm missing. I had to get a different. So again, these are a unique orangey yellowish piece or color, and I'm missing one of them. So I got a regular orange. As you can tell, that looks completely different. I don't know. I haven't really looked much, but searching seems to be pretty easy and basic, like anything else. So I guess it just depends on how. I don't know how their algorithm does things, but I figure since I can do it, might as well, So, and it was easy to do. So, name is the same on there as it is here, JonnyBuildz. So, like, yeah. I figure, probably not many people that do Lego streaming are there, so might as well get my foot in the door, so to speak. So. Looking for one more 2x1 plate. There it is. So I'd say it's pretty decent. I mean, it can't be any worse or better. I mean, I guess it can be better, but it can't be any worse than like YouTube's is. YouTube's is difficult unless you're looking for something very specific. So, hey, you are. How you doing? This is separate from. So this is a rebuild of a separate kit. So this is the Voltron that is not mine. This is it is mine, but it's the one that I got in the hi Pixie. It's the one that I got in the haul that I got a while ago. So I wanted to make sure I had all the pieces for it before I sell it or whatever. And I'm finding out that it is missing a few pieces. So I'm gonna have to either source them, or I'm going to have to, find them in the bin that I have. So, no, I mean, like, I figure Rumble. I mean, like I said, I tried to do Instagram today and it didn't work because I misconfigured something. So, Instagram, and so I'll have to fix it for next week. Actually, you know what? Thursday coming up. in 2 days, I'm going to be reviewing episode 4 of Lego Masters with Krista and Marcella again. So that'll give me another chance to try it out. So this is already something different. There's the 5. This is already something different than the Blue Lion has, which it has this giant cannon right on the top. Because the Yellow Lion is the heavy weapons guy, so. So UR and Vab have joined us. Always appreciate them. I always have to say that about UR though, because she's my mod, so. Alright, so here we go. There's that big cannon. It's actually a barrel, but it looks pretty good as a cannon being gray. Yes, Lego Masters is only 1 episode a week here. And as far as I know, it will not be every week. Because there will be, like I think for July 4th weekend, it might get pushed back for something else or whatever. Not sure what that is, but that is something that Krista and Marcella had mentioned, that like it probably won't be every week in a row. And as they get towards the end, like they will like they do, I think they do a final competition between the last 3 teams or last 2. So that's like, you know, it won't be a full however many weeks. But then they also delayed by not having people go home the second week, so you know. So, I mean, it's different. It's different every season, because this season they sent someone home first thing, and then the second week they didn't, you know. So, beats the heck out of me. But we will be talking about, and here's the nice thing. So the previous, I guess you could say, really 3 episodes, but I had like a pre-interview before we saw the first one. The previous 3/4 episodes, I had to send questions into their PR person because they, you know, they had to make sure that, like, you know, I was not asking stuff about production too much or whatever, blah, blah, blah. They are now released from that because they are no longer, spoiler, they are no longer part of the episodes. So we are going to basically do a review of, you know, what everybody sees, because they're seeing it actually for the first time also. So we're kind of going to just review things and get their thoughts and comments on those kind of things. I feel like I know I have this other piece, and I cannot find it. It's 1 by 1. Ah, there it is. It was hiding. I don't know. You can come on Thursday and find out. They may answer your questions. They might not. There might be certain things they're bound to, but I don't have to, because they're not part of the production in the next episode, so I can't ask them about anything in the production. Like, you know, be like, hey, the door opens, and what'd you think of what Will said? Well, it doesn't matter, like, them being there, because they're not part of it. So their opinions now are, you know, they're fine. So the festival ice cream this weekend. No. The ice cream at the festival. It wasn't an ice cream festival. It was at the it was at the Mars thing. Oh, I wanted to show you. So, you forgot to ask, what are your 3 favorite colors? Make me an exosuit. Blue, black, and yellow. Blue, black, and yellow are my favorites. Wait, you do 2 or 3 a week in Australia? Jeez, you must not have much going on. No, I'm kidding. Oh, anyway, so here, so here's the Mars water. Water from Mars, see? It is officially water from Mars. Dun, 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 dun. It's actually kind of like a seltzer water, which I wasn't expecting. I thought it was just going to be canned water, and it was seltzer water, but it was pretty good. So, officially water from Mars. I like the can, so I kept it. So, water from Mars, and then this is the Lego Spaceman I won, and as you can see, well, you can't tell what his signature is, but this is Jim Green. He was the scientist that was there from NASA, giving a very technical talk to kids, and I'm sure it was very boring because we could hear it because we were right beside. But then also signed by the first and only so far Korean female astronaut, Soyum Yi. I can't remember for sure. So yeah, pretty cool. So that is not being opened, like, ever. Yeah, I don't think water would be very mineable on Mars. I mean, like, you could do moisture farming potentially, like they did in Star Wars. Potentially, if you could figure out the technology. But yeah. Yeah, made in China. So I don't know if the bottle itself might be made in China. The water, I think, is somewhere from Mars, though, itself. So they might, I don't know. Somehow they said it was just from Mars, and I don't know how. Hey, Triovore, how you doing? Oh, yeah. I saw the Lego one. There's a Lego Goku model in Fortnite. That's funny. I think the One Piece stuff actually looks pretty good. I was actually surprised when I saw that come out. I was like, wait a minute, that actually looks decent. Oh, whoops, I'm not supposed to do the other side yet. Okay. Google Mars water. He's making Mech Ops is making exosuits. If you are on Ben's Brick Designs Discord server, he did an exosuit. He did one exosuit already. It was kind of like just like the basic design, and now he started like making custom ones, you know, based on colors that they like. He did Ben's first, so excuse me. Like I said, still recovering, so but doing pretty good. But I do need to drink now, so. Well, that's kind of an exosuit. It's like a suit that a person wears. Think Alien, the suit that Ridley is in at the end. The big yellow thing it's kind of like an exosuit, even though that's kind of more of like a construction thing. And then like a power suit from what is it called? From Fallout. Yeah, just see if they can make something like that work. You know, find out what people want and yeah, do that. I mean, people can find a niche of making something anywhere. Now, here's the thing though. If you sell your exosuit instructions, then people can just be like, oh, hey, you know, I can get the pieces myself, you know? And so be aware of that, you know? Oh, that's silly me. It's gray. Yeah, Iron Man is an exosuit, yeah. Yeah, like Satisfactory? Yeah. Yeah. His is definitely a more complete exosuit. You could almost say Iron Man's is more of a containment suit because it's much more involved. Like an exosuit is not necessarily something that can go into space or fly. It's just a suit that, you know, protects, gives extra armor. It doesn't mean it's necessarily impervious, invulnerable, whatever. His is just an extreme version of an exosuit. But you're right, yeah. Yes, they have exosuits in Bionicle. In fact, hold on. Like Vader, so here's this. Get off of there. Hold on. Part of my arm. If it's going to come off. They have Lego exosuits. Like this. This is Vader's exosuit. So like Vader is inside there, see? But this is his exosuit. Luke has one. I think a Stormtrooper has one. Boba Fett has one. So like, oh, and Darth Maul has one too. They just came out with. So yeah. This is an exosuit. Again, it doesn't have to be like this. It can be as simple as like just stuff that you wear around you, like Iron Man. But again, his is much more involved. I got a piece that got left behind over there. But yeah, this kind of an idea. Since we're talking about them, I'll leave him there. You're short, so you don't need a exosuit. You just need elevator shoes, is what you're saying. That's what I'm hearing anyway. That's right. So tree of or what was it? You said, hold on. You said something else. Hold on. You said something else. The One Piece looks cool, but I'm waiting for because it's like Goku model. That makes some anime look. Okay, so they have done a lot of custom minifigs for certain things. Like they did Scooby-Doo the one time. They've done Simpsons. Simpsons is animated. So they haven't approached anime characters yet, I don't think, except One Piece will kind of be the first. I can't think of them doing anyone before that, but One Piece, I don't know, like I said, it looks pretty good. And I'm not even, like, I've never even watched One Piece. I should, at least the live action one, because I heard it's pretty good. And I know of it, but I've just never watched it. I'm not a big anime person, though I've seen, excuse me, plenty of Dragon Ball Z in my day, and of course Robotech and Macross and Gundam Wing and those kind of things. Like the first big animes to come to the U.S. I was big into. The brickable Legos, you mean the Brickcraft ones? Is that what you're talking about? Or are you talking about the Mattel ones, the new ones that they're coming out with? Which ones? In the anime, oh gosh, yeah. There are, well, if an anime takes off, even if an anime doesn't do well, like they do tons of episodes anyway for some odd reason. Put them together, carefully package them, and ship them to my. Oh yeah. Oh, I get that. And actually, if you think about it, look at BuildWithJonny. They've done the Pokemon Big Fig thingies and the Mario, like the giant Mario and stuff like that. They've done those successfully, and they charge a lot for those. So, that's definitely something that can be done as long as it's stuff that people like and are willing to pay for. So, he's done both. Recently, he's been doing what is it called? The ones I was just talking about, the Brickcraft. The Bender one, and I think he did the spaceship from Futurama too. He's been doing those, and they look pretty neat. I haven't had time to watch them because, I've been busy, but yeah, I know what he was doing, but yeah, they are, Bender, and, like I said, what was the other one? The spaceship from Futurama. Brickcraft has come a long way, and they're doing good. That's what, hold on, that's what this, I did this one last year. The MTV Moonman dude, and it's pretty cool. Hey Greg, how you doing? Good to see you. I have another one that I'll do when I come back from Florida, that it's not a Brickcraft, but it is a really cool one, at least I thought whenever I got it from the auction. It's actually underneath the Gorilla right now. But it is a locomotive that I thought looked really, really, really cool. So I'm excited to do that one. I've just been doing other things, and I didn't want to get involved with that and then, have to leave for a few weeks. So So we'll do that whenever I get back. So yes, the shuttle carrier was pretty awesome. Vab did his during the weekend, and it looked pretty awesome. Complicated as anything to do that landing gear, but yeah, it looked really good. Vab did a great job. I don't know how he built without really having a table, but he did. So mine's a little bit slow too, but see, mine is very slow with everything. Like, they're slow to do clearances when like everyone else is doing clearance. They're just like, we'll do it whenever we want. So I know what you mean. I think it depends on the area and how long they just hold on to stuff. So where that goes? Yeah, all right. Kind of weird. So there are, like I said, there are a couple pieces in here that are incorrect, simply because I haven't found them yet. And I substituted them for other pieces. That way I knew which ones that I had to still look for, but I wanted to get these done as close as possible. No, it wasn't Space Ice Cream. It was Yeti Ice Cream. They had a blow up abominable snowman from Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer outside of it, and they had all kinds of flavors. So it was there at the event, and yeah, it was really good. Thanks everyone for tuning in, by the way. If you would hit the like button, would really appreciate it. The algorithm likes that. It's not a big thing for me, but you know, it's kind of one of those things that, like, hey, help the channel to grow. So yeah, they had all kinds of flavors, and they did icy and cream, so to speak. And then they also did just like regular milkshakes, and then they just did regular ice cream with the flavors. It was pretty good. So yeah, it was neat. Well, yeah, that's not on purpose. It just is what it is. Or maybe Ben and I are the same person. You wonder why he's not here? I'm streaming and he's not. Maybe it's a double personality thing. Nah, Ben and I are definitely different people. Alright, so we got to put this here for now, and we got to build the next part of our little apparatus. This is the hook. This little thing here is the hook that this hooks into. So that whenever you twist the head in this way, it unhooks. So like everything, the design for these things is so good. It just tickles me that they did such a good job with this. Blue, black, and orange. Yeah. Perfectly fine, just not my color. So, wait, what? You have not had ice cream? I don't believe it. I don't believe it. And if you haven't had ice cream in a week, you must be sick or something. So, that's yeah. Yes, you did, and you didn't like any of them, really. like I don't know, the one flavor you were just like, oh, your face, you were just like, ugh, and then I had to finish it. I don't know what more you got, because I had to go, so I'm the one that's sick, and she's like, can you go get me another flavor? I'm like, come on. Oh man, I haven't had Baskin Robbins in forever, like ever. All right. Black cherry ice and ice cream was good. Okay, so that was a Yeti, right? That was a Yeti. I was sick before the ice cream, and the ice cream, I'm not a big fan of ice cream. I mean, like, I prefer custard, but like, I just like the softer. I think it tastes better. I like the creaminess of it. But like for me, like I had the ice cream mostly because like it made my throat feel better. So. Yes, see, I like custard, yeah. The orange, oh, the orange creamsicle. Yeah, that would be, yeah, that one was good. Honeydew. Oh, the milkshakes weren't great? Okay, all right, just the milkshakes. Yeah, they must have done, I mean, I don't know. I thought they tasted fine. Or at least the one I had, I thought it tasted fine. But, I mean, it was yours. That's probably what it was. Your funk made me be okay not trying it. Honeydew, see, I don't like honeydew. I don't like cantaloupe. I don't know. I just never been a fan of them. I don't think they're sweet at all. Now, as I eat less sugar, maybe that'll change. But look at us. Oh, we're talking food here. All right, we're gonna put that aside. Let's make a face or a head or whatever. It's not I get that, but like I'm just saying I don't like honeydew. I don't like melon. I don't like as far as like the actual fruits. I'm just not a fan. I don't like the way they taste. So. Elevator jokes are always funny. And so are stairs. Stair jokes are always funny because they're always up to something. Ba-dum. They're funny on all levels. That was good. That was good. Oh yeah. I know. I've heard the stories, and I know like even almonds are sweet and that sort of thing. I haven't gone out of all the sugar yet. Not yet. Someday. Couldn't find water on Mars. Aw. They may not have it in line. It might only be local. So I'll send you some. Why'd that make me laugh? Because it's goofy and funny. That's what dad jokes are. So. Here we go. Jaw. Yeah. What am I looking for here? Oh. 2 1x2. There's one of them. There it is. This is where it gets interesting because all these 1x2s with the dot in the middle all have to be used in conjunction to make everything work together because the head is only 3 and then the other parts of it are 4. So they always give me the creeps. I think you mean to say the crepes. C-R-E-P-E-S. Almost got that one right. See, I laughed at my own joke. Yes, hi to everybody. Good to see you. Thanks for tuning in. See, you almost had it, Greg. You almost had it. Where's that silver? There it is. So we got the nose is silver, which I think looks really cool. I dropped it. Got to start over. Boo boo. What in? Oh, geez, I dropped that one too. That one's wordplay. Yeah, but no. It's supposed to be crepes though. Like you can't say the one and then not have it work with the others. Like since it's a pastry joke, it has to be crepes. Because crepes is like, well, wait a minute, that doesn't make sense. That's the art of the joke, so to speak. That's how the wordplay should work. Excuse me, had to pump my ears. One more 2x1. There we go. At least that's the way I think it should work. I mean, I could be wrong, but like it seems like to me that's the way a joke of that caliber should work. There we go. And then we finish off. Wait. That is too low. Something's not right. I think something's supposed to go down there first. Oh, yeah. Gray is supposed to go on top first. Then those. Okay. Oh no, she has to eat sugar. She eats ice cream. Until someone loses an eye. Ha ha. There we go. Look at that stripe. That is true. A lot of IOUs. You're correct. Yep. Alright, this goes here. Flip that around. Go. The head is on. And we're going to do the little sides with the ears. It's like they planned that. See, we got little ears right there. And the sides, so the cheeks are different on this guy than they are the other one. Your very important question also, by the way, for your exit, do you want a recon heavy? Isn't heavy and assault usually kind of the same thing? Just asking out of curiosity how you do yours. I tend to be a heavy. In either case, the heavy ones, I like the big burly ones that can take a lot of damage and can handle themselves. Kind of like a tank in most like RPG type games. There we go. So again, that tire is what makes it so like you can't pull it very well, and it helps it keep itself balanced whenever it's whenever it's sitting down or whenever it's become the legs. So, all right, here we go. This part goes in the middle here, and of course, that's jutting out a bit. Okay, that's snapped in. Put this right in the middle. Ah! No, it fell out. Snap in again. Let's find the holes right there. Has to be lined up perfectly in order for it to fit. There we go. So then it can go, like that. Yeah, that typically is me. I'm more of a heavy. All right, let's build this guy some legs. If I cut off your arms and legs, you'll look like a snowman. Rebel ice cream. Oh yeah, that's like the stuff that's sugar free. Or no, it's got sugar, just not a lot. I don't know my ice cream. Obviously, I don't know my ice cream because I'm not a big ice cream eater. So, Kiev or Kiev? I don't know. I don't do politics on my streams. Can it be either? I know it's a location, but you know, can't it be either? See, these were custom done for this set. Kiev or I didn't know there was a food that was called Kiev. Sorry. All right, there we go. One leg. Kiev? One canceled show. Bring back one canceled show. Knight Rider, easily. Easily. No ifs, ands, ors, or buts about it. And it would have to be like a modern day Knight Rider. Like modern age. They tried to do that. They came out with like Knight Rider 2000. Didn't quite work, but I mean, they could have made it more interesting. So, Firefly is coming out. Firefly is coming out again. The season 2 is coming out. I just saw a post on that, or at least I don't know. Maybe it was a fake post, but it looked like it was pretty real. So, more common than Mars water. Hey, what are you trying to say, huh? Now these are different. They use different connectors because the ball joint that's in here is needed to keep things stiff for whenever the whole head rotates. So everything can rotate. That includes these legs. These ones are independent. So the Rebellion Star Wars making ice cream. I think the Rebellion and Star Wars had much more important things to do. Chicken stuff with stuff with garlic. See, that sounds fantastic. I am all about the Kiev or whatever it is. I'm all about that. We need to make some of that. Really appreciate everyone tuning in today. You haven't had dinner yet. We're saying all these things that are food related. You haven't eaten yet. What? Go eat. Go eat. Besides making ice cream. That's funny. You're all right. I'll tell you right now. No matter what anyone else says, you're all right. And no, I won't tell you what anyone else said. Ooh, he's balancing. Even though he only has 3 legs. You forgot, but you had breakfast, so that makes it all better. Okay, whatever. Hey, whatever works, you know. I'm here to support. I hardly ever eat breakfast. I don't know. It allows me to continue. Like I eat what I ate before streaming, so like right around 7. And then I don't eat anything until lunch the next day. So it gives my body time to like do its little repairing and stuff like that. Not a lot of time, but you know, every little bit helps. There we go. All the way in. Here we go. All right. We got some legs. He's got legs. All right, just making sure I had them all. All right, now we're going to do 4 feet that are exactly the same. Let's do all 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. See, this would be a fun one to do live at a show, but when we have the Ultimate Brick Show in November, I'm going to be doing a world record setting of the AT-AT. UCS AT-AT, so plan to make it a good record to hold on to. So yeah, they carry around ice cream maker and Star Wars. That is true. Well, yeah, in Empire Strikes Back, the one guy's carrying around an ice cream maker. That is very true. So that is very true. How you doing, Nate Jones? Good to see you. Thanks for tuning in. Major Dan lost his. Yeah, he did. Chicken Parmesan does sound good, actually. But yeah, always have to carry around an ice cream maker. Alright, we're almost done here with the yellow lion. Again, he is missing some pieces that I'll have to get when I get back from Florida. but they're in the bin somewhere. The bin is huge, and I have not had time to actually kind of detail go through it, and I'm going to have to before I leave for Florida. And let's do the time. Wow, that was quicker than the blue line. All right, there we go. There's all the parts too, so if I'm missing parts, I can just, grab them. And they're very specific colors, like I said, so I'm going to have to get a couple. But if you look, so let's look at the two, the blue lion and the yellow lion, the counterparts for the legs of Voltron. We can hide this now. Luke has one on Dega, but I didn't realize that. Two, maybe it's the same one. Maybe they're just like, this will work. Kings Flips Melbourne. Hey, how you doing? Oh, really? Oh, yeah. The Lego One Piece. Yeah. Another Bandai property, yeah. So that's pretty cool. But anyway, so if you look, so even though their structure is the same as far as like their internals, their legs are obviously very, very much the same. The yellow one is kind of more the heavy artillery guy, so he's got the big cannon on the side. They both have kind of like the divided colors. He has wings on the top. His head is a little bit bigger because again he's beefy. But for the most part, they their transformation is exactly the same. So to avoid customers buying cheap knockoffs, but it doesn't matter. There are no cheap knockoffs anymore. I haven't seen any. Now you've got like Brickcraft. You've got Lumi Bricks doing their own thing, and Mattel coming along. They're stepping up. So it's to the right of his camp setup. Oh yeah. So let's transform them both in. Wah! I lost a wing. We're gonna transform them both into Voltron's legs. Like I said, I got a couple pieces I gotta find for each of them. So you see how the legs all move whenever it gets rotated. Snaps in. Goes like that. These go the other way. Right like that. So that becomes, and the tail you actually twist the tail all the way around. Put it down the middle, right like that. Now it feels like it's a little topsy because it is. There's not much keeping it here, but whenever both legs are together, it actually is very stable. Like they did a good job. If you have both legs, then it works perfectly. So whoops, other way. Yeehaw. There we go. And actually, because they lean, they actually made the black lion's legs actually lean in a little bit. So like it balances perfectly. It's so good. The Voltron theme is so good. So you're more stable on two legs. Well, yeah, but yeah. All right, so we were talking about exosuits earlier. Here's exosuits. So there's Vader's exosuit. So we got both legs of Voltron done. I will be doing the red and green lions, and the black lion in Florida over the next couple weeks. We're gonna lean them in towards each other. See, now they're stable. So since we have a little bit extra time, I'll show you this, Nate. I got this at our thing we did over the weekend, the Mars New Year. I got this set. Yeah, everyone is stable on more than on two legs. The people that signed this we had the head scientist from NASA that was there, giving some technical talks and things. And this is by the only female Korean astronaut, Soeim Yi, and she signed it as well. So I got this set. I want it, and that is never being opened. So we got a little bit of time. We're going to do Tom and Jerry, just for the fun of it. Pretty simple set, 212 pieces. Now here's the funny thing. So like a set, let me see if this is, yeah. So look at a set like this. It's a decent sized set. It's got the push things, okay? And again, I'm not opening this one, but it's got the push things. Look at Tom and Jerry. It's got the tape. Why is such a tiny set have the tape? I totally do not understand that. Totally do not understand that. There are times when Lego does not make any sense. Any sense at all. And I know Tom and Jerry has had multiple iterations, but I still remember the classic Tom and Jerry. And I didn't realize until I started looking at the box that they actually do a classic Tom and Jerry scene. Like they actually, so we're going to do it. We're going to build it. I'm not going to time it. It's not a big deal for this one. So. All right, who do we do first? Who do we do first? Do we do Tom or Jerry? Which one? Some of them do. Some of them have some of them have the slice. So, I don't know. That's a good question. Tom? All right. We got 2 Toms already. So we'll do Tom. Let's do Tom. Oh wait, which bag is he? He's bag number 1. So there we go. That's bag 4, bag 3. Oh, we got a 5th bag too. Bag number 1. And like all brickheads, they started doing a while ago. All brickheads have a brain. Or in some cases, they actually have stuff in their belly. I forget who it is, which brickhead it is, but he actually had something in his belly, which was kind of funny. I forget which one that was. Cost saving thing. Yeah, I guess so. I don't know. It just seems weird. Maybe it's in anticipation of how many they think they're going to sell. I don't know. I mean, there definitely has to be a reason for it. I just think it's whatever the reason is, it's silly. It is, but people, like, there are certain boxes where I wish it had been tape, because then I just would have sliced it and I was keeping the box. So, like, you know, it wouldn't matter if it's single-use plastic or not. I mean, it was going to stay with me, so. But, you know, they're not going to think along those lines necessarily either, so. Well, that must be where Tom's tail is going to go. Maybe. That might be his belly button. I don't know. We'll find out. Yeah, that's possible. I mean, yeah, again, anything is possible. Anything is possible. My cat is just behind me purring away on my chair. Like, I hope I'm not gonna, I will not accidentally sit on her, but it would just be a, like, she would bolt. That would be bad. Budget cuts. Well, maybe it's not the, oh yeah, it is the brain. So you see, we're gonna do this. Part of his brain, I guess, is green. Oops, goes that way. I'm not gonna sit on her. Each pink brain, yeah, they get a whole cake. Yeah. yeah, they started doing that, and the pink brick was and they're like, hey, I bet you can't put pink in a Star Wars set, and they said, watch us. So they did. Yep. They are pretty awesome. I think in some regards, and I can say this because I am not paid by them. I would never want to be paid by them because then I can't say what I want. I think in some regards they are slacking off. I mean, like their instructions lately have been very lacking in many ways, and I think they've been slacking way more than they used to in some regards. So, oh, the pink bricks. So one of the producers of Star Wars sets, one of the guys that creates them, was asked by his wife one day, or no, dared by his wife one day. She said, I bet you cannot put a pink brick into a Star Wars set. And so, he took that on as a challenge, and he said, okay, if we do, what are we gonna, what do we get for it? And so she said, I'll bake you a cake. So they did. I can't remember which set was the very first set to do that, but they did. And so from then on, and of course they made this a point to do in their sets from then on, anytime they put a pink piece into a Star Wars set, she made them a cake. So as you can imagine, because you see the pink brains that are put inside things and stuff like that, they've had quite a lot of cake. Yeah, I don't think all of them do. It wasn't at the very beginning, because Star Wars sets started in like 99. And I know some of my Star Wars sets do not have pink bricks. So. So yeah, some of the earliest Star Wars sets definitely do not have pink bricks. Okay. Looks like we're doing a little fur down here. Type. It's kind of the lore with Star Wars sets, but also they've kind of extended that. And I don't know if it counts or not, but they've extended that with the other brickhead stuff that they do, and every brickhead pretty much has like a brain in it, so. Anyway, Nate Jones, I believe this is my first time seeing you on one of my streams, so unless you're somebody else that also changed their name, which maybe, I mean, you could be, so. Because Mech Ops Studios did. Wait, I'm on the wrong side. Hold on, I gotta be back over here. You're new. Well, I appreciate you joining us. Thank you so much for tuning in. They actually used the pink brick as something specific in the build itself. Yes. Oh, it recommended you. That's awesome. I take it based on the things you've been saying that you are a bit of a Star Wars / Lego fan. What kinds of stuff do you tend to build? Like, what's your favorite type of sets? Like me, I tend to be like the bigger sets. I have like UCS sets all around here. Yes, your name was originally Boot Knife, yes. And then he changed it for reasons unknown. We won't go into that. It's a mystery, and another name for mystery, enigma. Oh, this is cool how they make the ears. That's neat. Well, we haven't even gotten to his eyes yet. That's cool. Oh, that's neat. Look at that. That's cool. He's got the little tufts of fur and everything. Oops. Did not quite do that one right. Shh, don't tell you are. Ah! Water isn't wet. No, we're not going into that. Big into Lego. I love Lego since I was a kid. Still have all my original Legos from when I was a kid. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I do too. In fact, some of the Lego that we were showing at the Mars thing this year, you actively recommends channels based on what? Not always. Sometimes it just goes by what you last saw, and it just randomly does things. Depends on what your definition of wet is. Wait a minute. Might be missing a piece. Unless I put something in the wrong spot. Nope, that goes there, that goes there. I had already put that on there. Silly me. So I'd already put it on there, and then I went to put another one on. I love when I do stuff like that, don't you? They, YouTube's is weird. Like, they say it's one thing, but I've seen it be so many times not what they say it is. So. Yeah, exactly. Alright, we are on to bag number 3. Who wants my extra pieces? Yeah, Twitch doesn't. Twitch doesn't care. Alright, so far, pretty good. Now we got to do a face. Oh, yeah. Well, in this case, it's both. Voltron, Lego Voltron. So, yeah. Alright, that'll be for in a second. We're going to do his legs. It's funny how Brickheads does the legs because, like, they're always, like, really short. So. In this case, Tom has to be taller than Jerry. So they have him a little bit taller, but not much. But he's got the white feet, you know. So we're still here in the back. We got to do his tail. And here's the thing that I noticed in this set that I didn't before. His tail is on fire. Do more transform. Well, okay, we'll talk about that in a second. But look, this is awesome. Look what they did with Tom's tail. His tail is on fire. And if you saw in the picture, here's the instructions. Jerry has the torch that he uses to put his tail on fire. It is so cool that they do that. So Tom's tail is on fire. That's really cool. I didn't realize that until I started looking at the box. Itchy and scratchy. Yeah, they did not do itchy and scratchy, that's for sure. Would they? Don't know. So, talking about Transformers, they have done Optimus Prime. They've done Bumblebee. Rumor is... Yeah, they are. I don't like them nearly as much. I think they're... Yeah, I know it's for Simpsons and stuff, but, like... I'm definitely not I'm not a big Simpsons fan, so. But anyway, Soundwave is rumored to be coming later in the summer. Yes. They definitely. Itchy and Scratchy though are way more violent than Tom and Jerry are. But yeah, they did a very mediocre Bumblebee. They could have done a lot better. I agree. Optimus is fantastic. With tapes, I do not think they are doing tapes, but we don't know because there's been no official images or anything. So, look at that! Look at Tom. He looks so awesome. He's great. I like him. Do, 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 do. Oh, they made them whenever they got the... Oh, and so, of course, Tom, since he's chasing Jerry, has to have his famous mallet. So that goes into his hand, right there. So there you go. Whoops. Snap that on there. What the heck? Snap, snap. There we go. So he has his little hammer, his little mallet. Now we need to make his little stand. Like the G1 or with laser beak and rumble. Probably they'll do a combination of the two because that's what they've been doing. Optimus is kind of a combination of the G1 toy with some of the transformable features of the cartoon. So it's like, it just depends. Either way, you know, Soundwave would be hard to do wrong, especially since Soundwave is blocky. Legos are blocky. It should not be difficult. So yeah, it'll definitely be G1, but the G1 and the cartoon version of Soundwave are pretty close. The tapes are the only thing that's different. So all right, we're on the bag 4. Yeah, Laserbeak and Rumble and Frenzy would be awesome. Buzzsaw wasn't in the cartoon, at least not in the first season that I remember. And that's thinking way back as a kid. I was a big Transformers guy. So, see, I don't remember him. I don't remember him at all. But then again, I never actually had the toy Soundwave. I never did. I had Optimus. Everybody had Optimus. Did not have Megatron. My favorite, and actually up here. Hold on, I'll show you. Let's take the camera. Yeah. See who's up there? Jetfire! He's my favorite, absolute favorite. Get this back to how I had it. Oh yeah, original Jetfire, yeah. Going all the way back. Yep, absolutely. Yes, Macross, Robotech, grew up on all that. So Jerry has a very hot heart, I guess. It's kind of what that is. Yeah, Robotech was great, and of course that's where Jetfire came from. You know, he's a Veritech fighter. And they essentially, I mean, like, it's Japan. They stole transformations and stuff from each other. Now this is interesting. He's got a little bit of green on here, so changing for me as a kid. That's great. Yeah. All right, and look, mouse brain is much smaller than a cat brain, I guess. That's all he gets. And yet he's the most cunning of the two. So, all right. This is the back side because that's going to be where the tail goes. I know that just from what we did before. Okay, this is interesting. Oh, this is where the ears are going to be. So we put that in there. This is going to be cool. Little Jerry mouse. So there's a when I do my premiere videos, like whenever I'm showing a video, like, and commenting with people about it, because it was pre-taped or whatever. There's an intro that YouTube lets you do. You can do a bunch of different kinds. And there's one that they let you do that's a sci-fi one that reminds me so much of like the start of any kind of like robot, anime, type thing. And it is really cool. I'll have to show it sometime. But it's really neat. I appreciate that you've tuned in tonight. It is awesome. Wasn't sure how many people I would have tonight. And just to let everybody know, Thursday this week, we are doing a review, an interview short, but a review. Whoops, I did those backwards. We're doing a review of episode 4 of Lego Masters with Christo and Marcella. So, yeah, be ready for that. It's going to be cool because I do not have to go through PR anymore, which is nice. We're gonna, because they are not in these episodes, so we get to basically comment on what we see and, tell how we feel about it. So that's Thursday, same time, 8 o'clock. The link will be up soon. I haven't put it up yet, but the link will be up tonight. Yeah, so yeah. 2 Lego Masters and I will be talking about this week's episode. Oh, look at his face. His face is so cool. Look at that. That is a cute little Jerry face. Look at that. Wow, that's a lot of extra pieces. Not a lot. I mean, they're all little, but yeah. All right, bag number 5. This is it. Looks like a dog. It'll look better whenever he has his ears. It's hard to tell. Oh, and he has cool ears too. I can see them already. Those are like big pieces for brickheads. See, these get to be his ears. That's cool. Put that over there. Yeah, the ears will definitely make it. Oh wait, what do I got to do? Oh, so nope, this is the back. Okay, there we go. I had to orient it how they wanted it. And then he's got a little cool tail. It's like a little vine whip type thing that I've seen in like Harry Potter and some other stuff, or kind of like a broom handle thing. And we're going to give him chubby cheeks. See? Little chubby cheeks. So without the ears, yeah, he kind of looks like a chipmunk, actually. Which I do have. I actually have the 2 chipmunks, Chip and Dale, from the little thing they did. They did brickheads with them. And kind of what they look like a little bit. Uh-oh. Oh, there it is. Yeah, they do. They definitely do a good job of stuff like that. Okay, there he is. Okay, 2 little arms. His arms are so tiny. Yeah, Lego does a good job of reusing different things. Ah! Made his leg fall off. He's crippled. All right. So now we get to come to the front and pop his ears in. So they're just going into these, they're barely held in though. That's interesting. But they look cool though. That's great. Did I miss a page? Because it's like it shows that side already being done. Oh, they did at the very beginning. They put all these on. I was like, wait a minute, that doesn't make sense. Now I see why. Missed that one somehow. I was excited to do the tail. It's like, that doesn't make sense. Why do we only do one side? There we go. Look at that. His ears can kind of move too. There we go. All right, let's make his little fire thing. Here we go. Guess he's left-handed. Here we go. He's got his fire, and he set fire to his tail. That's so great. And done. There we go. Tom and Jerry. Two little brickheads. Oh, look. Yeah, his ears are a little bit forward now, and yeah. Yep. It's just cute. Look at that. They're just neat. I don't know. I think Tom's expression is the best. Even though he's not like surprised or anything, it just, I don't know, it looks awesome. Where do you put a tail? What do you mean? The tail's on the back, see? So the fire is on the tail, see? And where else does it? Oh, no. So if you guys... I had to think for a second. So if you have not seen episode 3 of Lego Masters, there is a very funny line. Essentially, Marcella and Krista have had one-liners all through the episodes. And they are asked... Hold on a second. They are making... In episode 3, they are building a monkey. Really cute, cheeky monkey. And Krista is busy doing stuff, and when I interviewed her, she said she was just so much in the zone. She was like, I don't know why I asked, but completely serious. Just without, she was just kind of like, so where do you put a tail? Just like that question asked. Marcella, without skipping a beat, totally deadpan, completely serious, no humor to it, because she was just answering the question. It's like it doesn't matter. Put it in the butt. It was the best line ever. So yeah, it's a great, and they left it in the episode, which was so great. So where do you put it? Always remember, where do you put a tail? Put it in the butt. I can't believe it made that. So that interview is from it's from Thursday last week. So yeah, you can watch that too. I will be, like I said, I'll be reviewing this latest episode that was last night with them. Get their take on everything that happened. So Thursday at 8 o'clock, we'll be doing that. And then Tuesday next week, we will continue with the green and red lions to finish the appendages of Voltron. And then we'll be doing the black lion in 2 weeks. But that'll be while I'm down in Florida. So, thanks everybody for tuning in. For the new people for coming in, really appreciate that. Like I said, there will be more coming. We've got more sets to do. A lot of stuff that'll be... It is themed, yes. Excuse me. Still getting over this weekend. Excuse me. Oh, man. There will be in July, because I'm only going to have 3 weeks, there will be a lot of working on Hoth. To get it finished up, there will be a lot of lights going on. There will be a lot of detail work going on. So you guys will be coming with me, to see how everything goes. So be ready to tune in and get ready to have some fun. So until then, until Thursday or Tuesday. Oh, thank you. Really appreciate that. But until then, as always, keep on building, and we'll see you next time.